new to Transmutate? Oh, shoot. I'll be right back.
Hey lovers, my name is Adaure and you're welcome to Adaure Speaks. If you are new to this channel, you are welcome. If you're an old subscriber, thank you very much for joining me again today. I really do appreciate you. Of all the places you could be today, you are right here and I am so thankful for you. Today we're going to be talking about the empowered empath. How do you become an empowered empath? What does it even mean to be an empowered empath? What make one empath empowered and another not so much? We are going to be discussing some tips and tricks that can help you become empowered as an empath. Being an empath is challenging. It can be very challenging. It's not the easiest thing in the world, being a sponge, absorbing people's negative emotions. It is not the best feeling in the world. So it can make one feel helpless. It can make you feel very powerless. The empowered empath is someone who has been through all of that and they have found ways to manage the whole situation and even become very powerful empaths. So the first thing you might want to do as an empath is to really connect with yourself. Check in on yourself. Find out how you're doing. There's a difference between you telling everybody, I'm fine, I'm good. They ask you, how are you? And you're like, oh yeah, I'm good. And you actually tuning in and asking you how you're doing and being very honest with yourself. This is completely not to be mistaken for negative self-talk. There's a difference between telling yourself something like, I'm a little bit tired, I'll be fine. Or better still, I can take a bath, or look for constructive ways of taking care of what seems to be issue. And you telling yourself stuff like, oh, I'm so lazy, oh, I'm always tired, why can't I ever do this? Now that is negative self-talk, and that is not what I'm talking about. Check in on yourself, find out how you're feeling. Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you anxious? Are you just plain restless? Do you feel exhausted? Are you drained? Do you need to be in a quiet place? What do you need? Go in, ask yourself. The same things you expect your partner, family, friends to ask you, and get an honest answer. Check in on yourself. And the next thing that really helps an empath become empowered would be your diet. What are you eating? What are you feeding yourself? I cannot really tell anybody to stick to a certain kind of way of eating or another, but I have found out, this is my own experience now, but the more healthy and unprocessed food you put into your system, you will find that you feel generally better as an empath. Another thing that you might want to consider as an empath would be to have a sacred space. What I mean by that one is it's a nice thing to have a place of worship where you go to. It's a wonderful thing, but as an empath, you also really do need a space. This space could be just anywhere, but it's preferable if it's not a place where people just come and go. You don't want your sacred space to be like in a hallway or in a living room. Sometimes you don't have an option, but to have it be a living room, it does not really matter that much. But personally, I prefer to have it in a place where it's not overly saturated with the presence of other people. Another thing that I would really recommend for the empath would be salt water baths. I started using salt water way before I knew I was an empath. I just bumped into it. I think someone wrote something about it on one of the social media platforms, Facebook or something like that, and the person talked about salt water, and then I started googling it and I started researching the topic, and I found out that salt water, by salt water, what I'm talking about, it's not the regular table salt. I'm talking about the Himalayan salt or sea salt. I found out that it has so many properties that I really loved, and I also found out that it helps me as an empath. Having salt water, it's kind of like, it sounds like a kind of detox to me. I don't know how it works. I know it does. So have salt water baths. Just throw in some handfuls of salt into the bathtub, run it till the amount of water you want, and just stay in there. Just relax in there, feel at ease, and try to be present. It's gonna help you a lot. By the time you come out, you're gonna feel so much freer. If you have so many things worrying you or some kind of energy you just cannot shake off, salt water might help do that for you. You can also throw in a handful of Epsom salt. That does the same thing as well. Epsom salt actually relaxes the muscles. It will work very well with salt water baths as well. Now, if I really feel like giving myself a treat, I would have the saltwater bath, and then I will have my crystals all around the bathtub, and I would also have my essential oils in there. I love tangerine essential oils. I love tangerine essential oil. I love lemongrass. Oh, lemongrass is like my absolute favorite. I love orange. I think I love the citrusy vibes essential oil. I also like sandalwood oil or something that smells like that. I like pine. I just love oils. They smell so good. And did you know that essential oils have their own vibration as well? That's what I heard. That's what I heard. If you know anything different, let me know in the comments below. But that is what I heard, okay? And I believe it because they make me feel great. Yes. So another thing that you might want to consider adding to your routine as an empath would be crystals. I love crystals. I cannot say that enough. Apart from using crystals in my saltwater baths, I also carry my crystals wherever I go. I am an empath, and that means that I can read people's energies. I can absorb people's energies if I'm not careful. So I carry my crystals with me. My favorite crystals as an empath would be the number one would be black tourmaline. I love black tourmaline. It is a protective stone, so it kind of protects you from negative energy. I love to carry it with me. I will try to insert some pictures. I cannot promise. I will try to insert some pictures so that you see what the stones actually look like. I love the black obsidian. It is also a protective stone. I also have that with me. It also helps with grounding, so I carry the black obsidian with me as well. I love the rose quartz crystal. It is a stone of love and self-love. It just reminds me to keep loving myself and all of that good stuff. I mean, if I cannot love myself, how do I love other people, right? So I love to carry my rose quartz with me. So crystals are absolutely amazing for an empath, given that crystals actually have their own vibrations. I don't know what it is about them, but if I carry my crystals, especially the black tourmaline and the selenite, oh my god, I just need to carry them and just be for a minute and breathe, and all of a sudden it's like all my troubles are away and I'm back in the zone. So I love my crystals. Another thing that you also need to look into would be boundaries. As an empath, there are people, or you would tend to attract certain people. So because you're an empath, you're going to attract people that want to talk to you all day about their problems. It's just normal. People want to vent to you. They want to confide in you. They feel like you understand, and you do. You are an empath. You really do. But you also have to be able to set boundaries. Say a person is always complaining to you about certain things, you might want to try getting them to look at it from another aspect. I am a strong law of attraction believer, so I try not to go so deep into the negative stuff, because number one, for an empath, I don't know, it's not easy for me to snap out of it like other people. I can't just get up and go. But again, I understand that wherever you channel your energy to, it multiplies. So I try not to do that stuff. So see if you can gently nod them towards talking about the positive part of it. See if there are good things, or try to show them the light at the end of the tunnel. They count on you for that, and that will help you as well. That way you don't have to go down that dark part. You can bring them along with you into the light. That would be awesome. One other amazing way to be even more empowered as an empath would be to clear your space, clear the energies around. So let's say you walk into your home and you're feeling some kind of way. You weren't like that when you go home. You just go home and all of a sudden you're getting all this, you're just not okay. You might want to smudge your home. Use sage. Use Palo Santo. I think that's what it's. Yes, I got it right. Palo Santo. Okay. Sage your space and clean up. Get all the negative energies away from you. This is something that I do when I do not have the time to take a bath, or I'm just not having the time to meditate and just relax. I would quickly smudge my home and my space. So I use this white sage. I love it. I know there are different kinds of sage, but I am very new into all of this, but I love sage. It just gives me a very peaceful feeling after I must have saved the place. It feels clean. The energy of the place feels very clean and fresh. So sage is something that you might want to consider. Another thing you might also want to add to your routine as an empath would be meditation. I am just now learning how to meditate. I don't know how to do it, but I am willing to try and to learn. It is something that I am now adding to my morning routine. So I'm trying to wake up even earlier, say at least 30 minutes earlier than I normally would wake up, just so that I can meditate and be grateful, have time to be present before the hustle and bustle of the day starts. And I'm loving it. I'm not quite there yet where I don't have, I don't go through the things I have to do for the day in my head while I'm like meditating, but I will get there. Okay, progress, people, progress, not perfection. That's what they said. Ooh, I forgot something. Okay, another amazing trick that I just learned for empaths is transmutation. I didn't know that we could do that. I didn't know, but I just found out that you can actually transmutation. What you do is to sit with the energy. I'm gonna give you an instance. So you walk into a party and you don't like the energy, the vibe that you're getting. Everybody seems happy, but you're still feeling kind of off, and you know that this has nothing to do with you. Nothing was bothering you before you got to the venue, right? What you're going to do is you're gonna sit with the energy. You're just gonna sit, right? And you're going to acknowledge that energy. You're not denying that it's there. It's okay. You're feeling this way, you're feeling that way, that is fine. And then you're going to convert it into light. So you're going to imagine that this whole energy, this negative vibe that you're feeling, is being converted into love. You just imagine it. It is all being converted into light. It is being converted into love. And you believe it with all of you. And that is what is going to change that situation. Not the situation per se, but that is going to help you feel a whole lot better, and is going to make you feel like you're very much in charge. You're no longer a helpless sponge absorbing everybody's negative energy. Now you are powerful enough to convert it into something that you're comfortable with. I learned this recently and it's been working very fine. When I do remember it though, remember it's brand new, so still getting used to it. So these are my tips, my tricks for being an empowered empath. I hope that this helps you. If you have any questions for me, please drop it down in the comment below. I'm also going to include my email address. Any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer. Thank you very much for joining me again today. My name is Adaure. This is Adaure Speaks, and today we talked about the empowered empath. Have a beautiful, 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 beautiful day.